Okay, so today we're making focaccia. Focaccia is sort of a flatbread, it's a yeast-raised lean dough. It's not rich. It has a sponge, so we are doing the sponge method with this. So we have our sponge. We're going to put our sponge in the bowl with our flour and water. And it's almost the straight dough method. We're going to start with this, mix this up for a couple minutes, and then we're going to add the oil and the salt. So we have our dough hook here. And the cool thing about focaccia is you can mix it up with a lot of herbs, sun-dried tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, different types of cheeses, feta cheese, goat cheese, so forth. It's a delicious bread to dip in oil and seasoning, or oil and garlic. So we'll be eating this with our dinner tonight. So we're letting this mix up for about 4 minutes, and then we're going to add the salt and the oil. And once again, the mixing process here is important to start developing that gluten and to combine all the ingredients and make sure the yeast and sponge are spread throughout the dough. If you don't have enough dough to use the mixing bowl, you can mix by hand, and then you would knead on the countertop. After we mix this is going to ferment for 2 hours before we shape it and get it in the oven. Okay, now we're going to add our salt and our oil. And then we will let it ferment for 2 hours. Okay, so we're gonna make focaccia. So focaccia is a nice bread that has a lot of, can have a lot of flavor components. So we are going to mold our dough into an oval. And you can use a rolling pin for this as well. You can use a rolling pin for this as well, so like lightly rolling the focaccia out into an oval. It is sticky. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this on my sheet tray. Do the next one. This one's still not done yet. Same thing, trying to get that oval shape as best as I can. There's other ways to form focaccia. You can put the dough in a sheet tray and just use your fingers to poke the holes. And I will show you a method of that as well, a picture. Okay, so once you have your focaccia, then comes with the poking of the holes. and the toppings. So usually, traditionally, you'll go through and you'll poke holes with your fingers and separate the bread dough. And once I have my holes in there, you can garnish it with a number of things. I have a rosemary garlic oil here. This will go in a 450-degree oven. I also have a sun-dried tomato oil. And I'm going to put some tomatoes on here. And some feta cheese. Okay, and then on my last one, I'm also going to do tomato. And a little bit of feta. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bake these off. They don't take long. Focaccia is a flatbread that has a ton of flavor. You can do a variety of ingredients. It's great for dipping in those flavorful herb oils. It's delicious. It doesn't take long to make. It's a great item to just add to any meal.